What's good to my gang of 2 subscribers? It's up here. In today's video, we will be discussing the good and bad of opium. And before I get into this video, I just want to explain that they are very good artists. Some of the best to come out of the generation, in fact. So no hate towards them. But to get into this video, we're gonna start off with the good of opium. Okay, so first off, let's talk about the music. They make very good music. I will turn off Lil Baby any day over Ken Carson, over a Destroy Lonely. Let's get that out of the way. And people will literally go out of their way to leak snippets and unreleased songs, full ass unreleased songs, because their music is so good. So if that doesn't really tell you anything, I don't know what the fuck will. And to be quite honest, they're actually running the underground right now. They are on top. They're rolling out performances, wireless fest, everything. And people are going crazy over every little thing they do, from snippets to aesthetics to fashion, everything. Like, they literally have all these 14-year-old bitches in a fucking chokehold. They wear Ricks all because of opium. They wear Givenchy all because of opium. Like, they really are on top. But that was the good. What about the bad? Now, if you really pay attention to the underground and opium, you would know exactly what the fuck I'm about to say. They don't fucking drop. It's literally going on 3 years since Carti dropped his last album. And the reason why I mentioned them not dropping is because it has the underground on hold. Like, let's not be fucking stupid here. The underground is on hold by opium because everyone follows their sound. And if everyone follows their sound, they're gonna wait until they drop to see what the fuck they're gonna follow. So when everyone is literally waiting on them to drop, the underground is completely fucking dead because nobody is doing shit. And it's all because of these opium motherfuckers cosplaying as rappers. And I say cosplaying in a funny kind of way because they make the music and they don't fucking drop the shit. And yeah, Ken dropped X last year and Lone dropped It Looks to Kill in the beginning of this year, April. Yeah, it wasn't in April, but it's still, the fact still remains. They don't do shit, so the rest of them won't do shit. And no, I'm not saying that they all dig ride opium, because a lot of underground rappers have their own sound. But the fact still remains, opium is the problem. They won't drop, so people won't drop because opium sound tends to be other people's sound. But to clarify shit here, like, the underground not dropping and making music is not all because of opium, because these are underground rappers. So being an underground rapper, upcoming, and then you get signed to a label, the labels tend to fuck with younger artists and shit and bitch them and shit like that. So it's not really like opium's fault all the way. For example, the last thing I heard about Autumn is that they're not letting him drop his shit. I don't know why, but that's just what I heard. And it's very fucked up that labels do that shit, because like, you're an upcoming rapper, you want to be able to get buzz, you want to be able to drop and make music and all that other shit, like, to get the hype that you really need and desire to like be in the industry. Well, to be relevant and a good part of the industry, if I should say. But another thing about opium that I will say is that they have the underground a bit scared. And I say a bit scared because every fucking day there's a shit ton of speculation on the internet about when Carti, Ken, or Lone is gonna drop, or when I'm gonna get on live and preview a new snippet or some shit like that. And their aesthetic doesn't help that one bit, because they don't say shit about their music unless they're like on they're in an interview or some shit like that. But another thing about opium is that every day there's a shit ton of speculation about what they're gonna do. If Ken or Lone or Carti is gonna get on live and perform a new snippet and shit like that. And there's a lot of speculation amongst fans about that shit. So the whole time all the fans are speculating about what Ken, Carti, or Lone is gonna do on their next album or whatever, the underground rappers see all that shit. And when they see all that shit, it makes them scared, because opium is so good. They have a large cult following, and a lot of opium fans are like Summers and Autumn fans and shit like that. So the whole time these underground rappers are seeing the speculation, they're scared because they don't know what the fuck opium is gonna do. They don't know what their next step is and shit like that. But another part of the underground that's bad is the fucking fans. They dig ride so much and they do not have a mind of their fucking own. Since Carti is on top, since he's the most popular part of the underground, Let's say, like for example, let's say if he drops a project right now and then Summers drops a week later, they're gonna dick ride Cardi's project so much because he's so much more popular, and they're gonna downgrade Summers shit because like he's an upcoming rapper. Like they like Cardi more. Cardi is more popular within the underground community, so they're gonna dick ride him more. And his aesthetic and everything he does and the music he makes, it makes it worse for every other underground rapper. And I don't want people really taking this shit as hate towards Cardi, because Cardi is actually my top favorite artist of all time besides X. And I also don't want people taking this shit as hate towards Ken Carson or Destroy Lonely, because they are very good artists also. And people might say it's not just because of Opium. What about Uzi? People are inspired by Uzi in the underground. The thing is about Uzi is that like he's so fucking mainstream to the point where it's like it's very hard to copy like his sound and shit like that. He has so many different flows and shit like that. So like Ken, Cardi, and Alone have different type of flows too, but like their music is more so dumbed down than the Uzi's is. And artists like Ken, Cardi, and Lone are the way that rappers like Yeet were able to make it type shit. Yeah, he's good in his own lane and shit like that, but like you can't tell me that Up to Me beats and Two Alive beats weren't like, well, nah, Up to Me beats weren't like a whole lot of Red inspired beats type shit. But there are other artists in the underground that don't really copy Opium's sound. Like rappers like Lucky, he's in his own lane. The motherfucker just pulled 30K with his own shit. He didn't bite Cardi not once. And plus, rappers like him have been doing this shit for years, so they don't really need to copy anybody. They already know their sound. And for example, some recent shit that just happened, Cardi, Lone, and Ken announced the antagonist tour. And like I read some shit at the bottom of some damn tickets page or whatever, where they said that Cardi was supposed to be dropping before September 6th when the tour starts. So the whole time that shit says September 6th, the whole underground is fucking bewildered the whole month of August. So like nobody's dropping shit. And it's all because Opium is in the studio cooking up shit and lying about it. Time and time again, just blue balling the fuck out of their fans. Like, and at the same time they're lying, they have the underground scared as fuck like little ass babies. Cause they follow their sound. They don't know what the fuck to do if they're not dropping. And I'm sorry if I didn't mention like any other rappers like Lucky who don't dick ride Opium. They're not just coming off the dome right now, but you understand what I'm saying, I suppose. And I bet behind all of this rap shit in the underground, like the rappers will go to their labels and be like, can I drop this? Can I drop that? And the label be like, no, Cardi drop it. So then they get all sad and shit and they don't know what the fuck to do. And like, this shit is so crazy because I'm a fan saying this, but Opium ain't shit. Yeah, they make good music, but they ain't shit. They know what the fuck they're doing. And like, I'm not saying that all underground rappers are scared, because like Jason shit, he has like his own sound. Like, yeah, it's similar to Cardi's and shit like that, or Ken or Loans or some shit like that, but he has his own sound and he'll drop whatever the fuck he wants. Not giving a fuck about what Cardi or Ken or Lone does, because he's just that nigga. Rappers like him can do that shit. He stays in his own lane and shit like that. He don't fuck with nobody else for real. But then again, it all comes down to the labels and them strategizing and shit like that. They want to wait until the right moment to drop, and it doesn't help that Cardi is waiting for the right moment to drop either. So that's meaning underground rappers, like, they won't get any engagement because Cardi, Ken, or Lone, they'll say some shit and then they'll lie about it. And like a lot of fans in the underground, they are fans of the same artists. Summers fans are fans of Cardi. Autumn fans are fans of Cardi. Cardi fans are fans of Autumn and shit like that. And like, let's be honest here, if Autumn and Cardi drop a project the same day, who the fuck are gonna listen to first? Cardi. Well, unless you don't listen to her, bro, for real. But with all this being said, that's the good and bad of Opium. I will catch y'all in the next video. But stay safe, people. Op out.